Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about the Divebuddy and compare it to the Blue Nemo that you guys have seen me use in many of my videos. And if you want to learn more about that and the comparison and the unboxing of this Divebuddy, stay tuned. Okay, we've got this brand new Divebuddy sent to a friend of mine here, and we're going to check it out and see what's in the box from Divebuddy. I've got people that use these and swear by them and love them, and they're professional treasure hunters. So I take their word that these are the best units out there for battery operated dive systems on the market. And we're going to take a look at it and see what comes in the box here. So first of all, it comes packed really good. Got a lot of packing material in here. Right on top here, we have the regulator, and it comes with a filter on here. So you get filtered air. Okay. Comes with a what's called a Qingsing 126 regulator. I hope I said that right. Sorry to insult all the Chinese speakers out there, but that's what's on this regulator. More packing material. You've got a splitter for two divers. Okay, so this splitter right here would plug into the unit, and you can split off for two divers. This unit here will handle one diver. I believe it's up to 10 meters, which would be 20 something feet deep, and then it handles two divers up to 6 meters deep, which is like 12 meters or 12 feet deep or so. So pretty deep system. I thought my friend got the straight dive hose. They got the curlicue dive hose instead. Now, in my opinion, these curlicues are pretty nice for if you're diving straight down, but under docks and stuff, they seem to get tangled on the little curlicue parts. So that's one observation here. I'm just going to give you a total unboxing, total what I think my opinion is. I'm pretty sure they ordered the straight ones and they got the curlicue ones, but we'll go from there. They got two of these for two divers. So got two divers here. And that looks like to be about 10 foot long there on the dive hose. This is a regulator for the second diver right here. So a lot more packing material. These actually look like pretty good regulators, and I like the way it feels. Got the filter on there. Good to go. Comes with a charger to charge the system. So, got the charger there. Comes with a US dive flag. Personally, this looks like it's made of PVC. I would extend this and put a little bit bigger dive flag on it, just for safety if I'm diving in lakes and stuff. But most of the places you dive around here are swimming holes and rivers and stuff like that. So a big dive flag's not necessary. If I was diving a boat dock where boats are coming up, believe me, I'd have a big old dive flag and probably somebody up there screaming at them not to run over me in their boat. So those are good tips to know. And look, got a third regulator in here.
I asked for a third one.
Yeah, so this is a third regulator, but we only have a splitter for two, so we got three regulators. And got a spare snorkel for the mast there, for the flag. And, all right. Looks to me like the floats connect to your air source and they fill up with air right here. two nice floats. That's great. You get solid floats. With the Nemo, that little floaty thing that comes with it is ridiculous. I normally just float mine with an inner fin because they're so ridiculous. And we got us a nice bag here. Looks like this is another float of some sort. This isn't a bag, this is a float. Not gonna open that. Looks like a float of some sort. Probably a float to float the person on, because these little floats here you couldn't float. But you have to take a look at that. Now we'll get the main unit out here. And this looks pretty nice. It's not very heavy. Get this off of here and we'll pull the rest of these out. This is the main unit here. Sets up like that. Got a nice air compressor here. One cylinder diaphragm air compressor. This right here must control all of the electronics. This must be the charging port, and it is. This port up on top right here is for your air snorkel up here. These floats, I bet these floats attach with this thing here. We'll get it assembled and we'll show you once we figure it out. But these floats attach on the side here somehow. So got to figure that part out. And we got some more parts here. And a lot of good packing. They packed this very well, guys, so not to worry. This is probably another air filter. So you've got plenty of air filtration on this unit. So that's probably made to go up here. So your snorkel, this is your intake air filter. You don't get that on the Nemo either. They don't have an intake air filter. I know, because I've swallowed water through that Nemo several times. So that's a good thing to have. I'm just taking a wild guess. That goes up there. Aha! These are the pieces to put your floats on right here. Those are the clamps for your floats. They fit around these things, it looks like. So my first impression of this thing, guys, it's a very nice unit. We're going to get this assembled, and I'm going to come back to you. Air harness holders. You've got two. So these right here fit on your back and hold your air hose on there. So that's what these are for, air harness holders. And they're adjustable, looks like it. Kind of like got a sling in here. But regulator with this hose, I could slip a lot of it straight back and it would go behind me like that more. And I could still bend my neck to use this. But I would do that, and you see all the hose would stay behind me more. Okay guys, we have the Divebuddy put together and we have my Blue Nemo here put together. And the comparison just is night and day. This thing looks way better built than my Nemo. The Nemo's all plastic. And one thing I had with the Nemo is I had problems with several of them and sent them back. And when you send them back out of warranty, they charge you $250 to just start a repair and then whatever the repair costs. But when I sent mine back, they didn't even bother repairing them. They sent me a remanufactured unit. So I got them back. So it has no replaceable parts on this thing. They won't sell you parts at Blue for this thing. You have to basically have them fix it, and you can't do anything. One thing I noticed about this guy is it has a compressor that looks like I could replace it with the OEM compressor. It has pretty much everything in here can be replaced by me. I don't have to call, like the air hose on this. This is a custom air hose, and if you want it replaced, guess what? You got to send it back to Blue to get them to replace it. So right there is not a selling point for me. I'm not a fan of Blue products any longer. I used to be. When I first got this, I loved it. But once they start wearing out on you, they don't last that long. and this is my third one that I've had to get, and this one's just been repaired. So I'll use it till it craps out, and I probably won't. That's the end of it. I probably won't use it. I'll try to take good care of it and baby this one and see if it lasts a little longer. Whereas this right here, hear that? That's solid float. Hear this? That's a little squishy thing that always gets holes in it. So, not a fan of that. I guess the only thing I like better on the Nemo than I do this is the air hose. And my friend did order the straight air hose, but she was sent this curly Q hose. Not a fan of the curly Q hose, if you guys could tell. I've been diving for years, and that just didn't work for me last time I tried one. Gets tangled up on docks and everything else, and I just didn't like it. Whereas a straight hose will, like a garden hose, you can pull that around the bush. Try to pull this around the bush, it's gonna get tangled up in the bush. So that's just looking at the comparison. The dive flag on the Nemo is a little bit better quality, but that's just, you know, I replaced this anyway. I put a bigger dive flag on it when I go diving anyway, because safety first, guys. This is filtered real well. I've got this in water. We've been testing it. This has filters here and filters here, so it's actually filtered really good, guys, for air. I'm gonna show you this one. This one releases fine. Underwater will release some air. And so the regulator seems to work real good. We've been playing with this for 10-15 minutes, and it still has a 94% charge. I'm gonna let the air out of this guy, and you'll hear it come on. And that's how loud it is. We'll wait for it to go off. So it didn't take very long to recharge. Now the Nemo, on the other hand, it's breath on demand. So it only comes on when you breathe. So as you come on with the Nemo, so as you can tell, it's a little louder, but it's not much louder, and it's only breath on demand. The reason this one stays on is it's actually filling up these two orange things here, because these are reserve tanks on the unit. This unit does not have reserve air. When the battery's running down, it does give you a little warning. If you're paying attention to your breathing, you'll feel it kind of breathe a little harder to breathe when the batteries start going down, which is not as safe as this one with the reserve tank. If I was breathing in this and all of a sudden I wasn't hearing it after I took 2 or 3 breaths and I didn't hear the compressor come on, that would signal to me that my battery's dead and it's time to surface. I don't know if I don't think it, with the reserve tank, I don't think it would get hard to breathe, but you'd be underwater, you'd hear this thing from underwater. And if you took 3 breaths under there and you didn't hear it come on, I would surface and check the battery. That would be just something I'd pay attention to, just coming on after 3 or 4 breaths. Another thing that we don't know what is, we got a bag of what looks to be charcoal here. We don't know where that goes, and they didn't send a manual with this thing. My friend is emailing them, and they're supposed to send her the manual, user's manual. Once you buy one, it says to contact them and they'll send you a manual. So we didn't have a manual on how to put it together, but it was pretty easy to put together once we figured it out. I assume the charcoal goes into this little filter, input filter, and then these are output filters, and these are probably a 2-way valve. so that if you get water in your system, that water can't go through here. Like if it was to leak over here, water could not get to your regulator and make you breathe a mouthful of water. So that's a safety feature probably. It's got a poppet valve and a filter on it. Another thing, when we put it together, we used Teflon tape on all the joints. We did find that this joint here leaked a little bit, so we put Teflon tape on it. So basically all of this is self-explanatory. This is all like quick disconnects. What was difficult is these floats. Notice how we got them on here, and it also has little silicone washer that goes under here. That's for vibration. Notice how we got these floats on here, and notice how this filter goes on the top. And that's pretty much all you have to do to put them together. It was kind of difficult getting these on here. It took two people. You have to kind of wiggle them and get them lined up. But once we got a couple people on here and got them lined up, they screwed on just fine. And it went together fairly easy. Overall, I'd say it went together really good. But that is how you put it together.
Let's break down the main differences between the Divebuddy and the Blue Nemo. First is the power source. The Divebuddy offers longer run times. The Blue Nemo, on the other hand, has about 60 to 90 minutes of dive time per charge. Second is depth capability. The Divebuddy is built for deeper or dual diver use with 33 feet for one diver. The Blue Nemo is 10 feet. Third is portability and weight. Blue Nemo wins big on portability. It's ultra lightweight, airline friendly, and fits in a small backpack. The Divebuddy is bulkier, but offers greater power and airflow for more demanding dives. Fourth is maintenance and durability. The Divebuddy is often custom built with higher grade components, meaning more maintenance but more repairability and upgrade options. The Nemo is more of a sealed consumer grade unit, low maintenance but fewer serviceable parts. Lastly is price and use case. If you're a serious diver, treasure hunter, or work diver, the Divebuddy is a better fit, more power, depth, and flexibility. For casual beach dives, travelers, or boaters who just want quick access to shallow waters, the Blue Nemo offers ease of use and portability. Price is similar for both units, but Nemo is more expensive when you add batteries and repairs. So which one fits your diving lifestyle? Leave a comment below and let us know. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you never miss an adventure.